As the autumn wind grows cold and the world is draped in the fiery cloak of fall, we feel it, a subtle shift in the air. The veil between our world and the unseen begins to thin, and the whispers of ancestors and ancient powers grow louder on the breeze. This is the time of Samhain, when the spirits draw near. But how do we know they are approaching? The old craft teaches us to watch for the signs, the subtle and profound portents that herald their sacred arrival. According to the old lore and witchcraft traditions, here are the signs of their forthcoming arrival in the natural world. The behavior of animals. Animals are the first to sense the shift. Cats may stare intently at corners, doorways, or empty spaces, their eyes following something unseen. They might become more affectionate or more aloof, acting as guardians between the worlds. Dogs may let out a low, uncertain growl at an empty space, or suddenly perk their ears as if hearing a distant, familiar call. Wild creatures. An owl calling persistently near your home, a sudden rustle in the leaves with no wind, or a fox crossing your path. These are all seen as messengers. The quality of silence and sound, the world itself seems to hold its breath. An unnatural, deep silence falls, where even the wind seems to die down in anticipation. Conversely, you might hear whispers on the wind, the sound of distant, faint singing, or your name called when no one is there. Shifting shadows and light shadows will dance and move from the corner of your eye, taking forms that vanish when you turn to look directly. Candle flames may flicker, dance, and burn blue or green for no discernible reason. The moonlight on Samhain may seem older, colder, and silver, casting the world in a stark, ethereal glow. Within the home and hearth. Scents and smells. The sense of smell is a powerful trigger for memory, a direct line to the past. The sudden, unexplained scent of a pipe tobacco your grandfather smoked, the perfume of a late loved one, the smell of old books, or a particular food associated with an ancestor. The aroma of the Samhain feast itself, roasted meats, apples, mulled wine, nuts, is an offering and a beacon, drawing them in. Unexplained occurrences, objects disappearing and reappearing in plain sight, electronics behaving erratically, lights flickering, phones glitching, the feeling of a gentle, cool touch on your shoulder or hair, finding a specific token, like a coin, a feather, or a stone, in an unexpected place, often one that holds meaning for you or your lineage. Within the self-dreams and intuition. Vivid and visitation dreams. In the nights leading to Samhain, your dreamscape becomes a gateway. Dreams of departed loved ones are common. They may not speak, but their presence is felt. They may offer a gift, a gesture, or simply a look of recognition. Dreams of flying, of ancient landscapes, or of being guided by an unknown figure. A deepening of intuition. Your own witch's sight or second sight is heightened. You may have sudden clear knowings about a situation or a person. You might hear a clear message in your mind, a piece of wisdom that doesn't feel like your own. A feeling of being watched, not with malice, but with ancient, patient interest. A stirring in the blood. This is a call felt not in the air, but in your very spirit. A restless energy, a creative surge, or a deep, melancholic longing for times and places you've never known. A sudden and powerful connection to your craft, a desire to work with divination, to build your altar, to honor the dead. This desire is their call, echoing through your lineage. Signs of the powerful magical beings. The old ones, the spirits of the land and the fae, are also astir. Their signs are often more primal and wild. The wild hunt, heard as a distant phantom baying of hounds, and the thunder of hooves across the sky on the storm winds. To hear it is to be both terrified and awestruck. It is a potent sign of the thinning veil. Fae activity. They are tricksters at this time. Be mindful of finding fairy rings, circles of mushrooms, in the morning dew. Unusual patterns of dew or frost on windows and grass. A feeling of being led astray on a familiar path, being pixie-led. How to welcome and recognize them. To see these signs more clearly, you must prepare the space, both physically and spiritually. First, build an ancestor altar. Place photographs, heirlooms, and offerings of food, drink, or tobacco. Light a white candle for them. Sit quietly before it and listen with your heart, not your ears. Second, practice divination. This is the night when scrying, tarot, runes, and pendulum work are at their most potent. The messages coming through are not your imagination. Third, leave an offering. Outside your door, leave a small plate of the Samhain feast or a bowl of milk and honey for the spirits and the fae. Fourth, walk in the twilight. Be present in the natural world as day turns to night. Observe, listen, and feel. When you feel that chill on the air that is more than cold, when the candle gutters and the shadow moves, know that you are not alone. The people of the craft from all times are with you. The ancestors are breathing your name in blessing. The old powers are acknowledging your presence. Welcome and blessed Samhain.